come along, darling.
Daddy, what are you doing?
I am simply trying to remove you from this office before Amanda or...
I see what you brought in for Mrs. McFerrin's approval.
Vanessa, I am simply trying to show Amanda and the other officers of this company that I am in complete sympathy with Alan's current problems, and you should be doing the same.
That good a pretender I am not.
Well, you are that good a businesswoman, and you should realize we have as much to lose as Alan if Spaulding Enterprises goes down the drain.
Exactly. And it's because we have as much to lose that I will not be intimidated by his daughter or his ex-teenage lover or his opportunistic lawyer, and you shouldn't either.
But, darling, I don't like it any more than you do. But we did force Alan to buy Jocelyn Electronics.
Daddy, would you please stop feeling guilty about that?
I don't feel guilty. It's just that I would prefer not to go to jail for making a separate deal with Miles Jocelyn and taking
Daddy,
$1 million.
listen, the only way anyone can find out about that payoff is if Lieutenant Wyatt decides to go through our personal accounts. And now that he's convinced that Diane Ballard embezzled all that money from the company, he's not going to do that. So would you please relax?
I shall relax as soon as we leave the office together.
All right.
No. Oh, by the way, darling, when I was leaving the hotel, I ran into that chambermaid. What?
Roseanne?
Yeah, well, the one that was involved the last time Lieutenant Wyatt cross-questioned you about the night Diane was killed.
Yes, Roseanne Weiner. Why? What did she say?
Well, she said, ask your daughter to call me as soon as possible.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
You know, you have never told me how she fits into this whole story of what went on that night.
It's because it's not that important.
Well, it's that important to me, darling.
All right. Lieutenant Wyatt was doing some testing on my blazer. It seems that one of the buttons had been replaced recently, and when he asked me if I had any idea where it had come from, I said that Roseanne used to take care of my clothes when I was staying at the Springfield Towers, and to ask her.
And you did?
Yes, and sure enough, she had replaced a button. Case dismissed.
Oh, come in.
Hi.
Uh-huh.
I just need to put these on the desk. Excuse me. How are you feeling, Henry?
Wonderfully well, thank you.
Amanda's not here right now, Carrie.
I can see that. These still need initialing anyway.
Well, if you're in a hurry, I can initial them for you.
Oh, thank you, Vanessa. But, you know, the memo I got said that only Amanda and Jennifer have the right to approve anything till Alan gets back.
Amanda may have cornered the market on memos, but I am still a senior officer in this company, and I've been here a lot longer than Amanda.
Vanessa, I hate to interrupt, but may I say something?
What?
I have tried always to stay out of company politics, and that's been pretty easy to do up until now because I stay in my office and I work at my drawing board.
Then I think you should just keep staying in your office and keep working at your drawing board.
Vanessa, please, let her finish what she wants to say.
I would like to do nothing better than that, Vanessa, but unfortunately, since I've been in Springfield, I've gotten a little more involved in this company than I have gotten involved in any company I've ever worked for before in my life.
I wonder why.
Because I've gotten to know the people here, and I like them and care about them very deeply. That may sound Pollyanna to you, Vanessa, but it's the truth.
Is that what you wanted to tell me?
Not completely. What I wanted to say is I think it's just about time we bury our hatchets and put our personal feelings aside, Vanessa, and work together to pull this company out of a very serious crisis.
Hear, hear.
Daddy, just a minute. I agree with you in principle, Carrie. We should bury our personal hatchets and leave them outside of these offices while we're here. But I'd like to take it a step further and say we should also leave all of our personal relationships at the front door when we come in.
Seems to me you're trying to imply that my relationship with Ross is getting in the way of my job here at Spaulding Enterprises, and I think you're wrong.
No, Carrie, you're wrong, because it's that personal relationship that makes you think you have the license to stand here and give two senior officers of this company lessons in deportment, and I won't have it. Not from a department head.
Vanessa, will you please stop this nonsense? It has no bearing on anything. Now, please. Oh.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, good morning, Amanda. I've left some papers on your desk for your approval.
Oh, well, I'll look at them once I go through the mail, Henry.
Good,
Thank you.
good.
And I left some sketches for your initials.
Oh, great. Thanks, Carrie. I just left Ross in a meeting. I think he was headed toward your office.
Okay, thank you. Excuse me.
I don't believe it. Look, it's a card from Ben.
He wrote you?
Well, he wrote to Jennifer. But he wrote, and I know where he is now.
doing here?
Oh, I came here to see, Jackie.
Yeah?
Have you heard anything since last night?
No, not a word. I'll call you at the shop when I do.
I was just reading the news today in the papers, and, you know, as much as I'd hate Alan for what he did to you and Rita, I still don't think he's capable of killing anybody.
Well, all I know is Hope loves him in spite of whatever it is he's done, so for her sake, I want him to be innocent.
That's what I don't understand.
What?
I just can't understand if he didn't kill Joe Bradley, why he ran away.
You still don't understand, senor. Only my men fly my large helicopter.
Well, this money is not for the rental, Senor Gutierrez. This money is yours. If you'll tell one of your pilots to fly to this spot on Tenerife as fast as he can. All he has to do is land there, pick someone up, and fly back to Las Palmas. Can you do that? If it's not enough...
It's not the money, senor. I just don't understand why your friend would be waiting in such a place where few men have ever been.
That is not important.
Perhaps not for you, but this is my business. And my pilot would be taking a terrible chance to try to land there. With the mountain downdrafts at that elevation, he could be killed.
In that case, will this make it worth your while? It's $10,000. I'll give you 5 now, and 5 when your pilot has brought my friend back here tonight.
He will try, senor. But I can't promise you more than that.
That's good enough for me.
Water. Got to find water.
Why is it that I can remember everything else except what happened in that 1 hour on the afternoon that Joe Bradley was shot?
That's why you're here today, to try to find out.
I wanted to go to Lieutenant Wyatt and tell him all this before, but Justin keeps saying that it's pointless to put myself under suspicion when the police are so sure that Alan's guilty.
But you really don't have anything to say to the police at this point, right?
Sarah, may I ask you something?
Yes, of course.
Is there really such a thing as temporary insanity?
Yes. Are you asking me if I think that you were temporarily insane the day that Joe...
No, I'm not asking for that reason, no.
Then why?
You must know the thought did cross my mind. But I can't dwell on things like that. I've got to be strong for Justin and for Philip, too, when he comes home.
You know, I've always thought that you were stronger than you gave yourself credit for. But if you need to hold on to Justin and Philip and Samantha to keep a clear perspective, then that's exactly what you should do.
I'm trying. Oh, no. Here, you were nice enough to see me before your first patient, and I've stayed so long I've made you late. Please forgive me.
That's quite all right. And just remember that we can always try hypnotism again to get through that block.
That's right.
Of course, we don't have to jump into that right away. We can wait till Mike gets back with Alan and Lieutenant Wyatt has a chance to question him.
Do you think that he really killed Joe Bradley?
Jackie, I don't know. I mean, if Alan knows that the police want to question him, and as most people seem to think he does, and he continues to run away from the police and Mike, it doesn't look very good for his case.
No, I suppose it doesn't. Oh, I wanted to tell you, Tim, I think Tim looks terrific, and from what little we spoke the other night, he seems to be doing well, too.
I hope so.
Thank you for your time, Sara.
Not at all. And any time you need to talk, just give me a call.
Thank you.
Patient has had second memory block due to fear over involvement in Bradley murder. However, she's not as anxious to undergo hypnosis as she was during similar blocks relating to Diane Ballard's death.
I went downtown to a new men's store and bought myself some new threads.
What's wrong with the threads you got now?
There's nothing wrong with them, but you know, now that I'm managing the disco and all, I think it's time I had a new image.
Oh.
Yeah, trendy, they call it.
Trendy?
Yeah, trendy. Well, you know, like new wave and all that stuff's really in now.
Oh, well, preppy looks in, too, but I'm not buying pleated skirts and Argyle socks.
Well, what are you giving me such a hard time about this for?
I think you look fine just the way you are.
Yeah.
Oh, just a minute. Jackie! Oh. Hi. I've been waiting for you.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. Or did you tell me you were coming by?
Oh, no, I didn't tell you I was coming by. I called your house, and I talked to Samantha's nurse, and she told me you came by here early for an appointment with Sara.
Well, I'm finished now. If we could walk over to the shop, or we
Don't forget you're going to call up Trish. Tell her if you could have lunch with her.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thanks for reminding me, Ed.
Okay, Evie, I'll let you know as soon as I hear from Mike or Mom, all right?
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
So, I called the part-time girl and had her come over to the shop because I wanted to come over here and talk to you, and then I'm going to go over to Spalding Enterprises and talk to Amanda.
Amanda?
That's right. I got a note from Ben. And after I read it, I decided to call Amanda, but she was busy in some sort of meeting, so I decided rather than doing that, I'd much rather see her in person and get to see her face when I tell her.
Well, in that case, why don't you go now, and I'll take care of the shop.
Jackie, I told you. I called the part-time girl in.
Oh, that's right, you did. Sorry.
Anyway, what I came over here to tell you was I decided to fill out the payroll this morning, and I went over to the drawer where we keep the payroll records, and it was locked. I just couldn't believe it because, I mean, it's always been open in all the years I've worked there.
I locked it a few weeks ago.
You did? Well, do you have a key or something? I could give it right back to you.
No, I'll go over there now and unlock it myself. I'll leave the payroll records out on the desk for you and then lock it again.
Okay. Jackie, are you all right?
Of course, I'm fine.